Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today. And I wanted to show you what I picked up at Ulta today. But before we get started, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. And let me give you a quick update. In my last video, I mentioned that I'd been to the dermatologist and had something on my nose biopsied. It's almost completely healed. I have the tiniest little scar there. It's been a little more than a week. I know the video went up on Saturday, but it happened the previous Tuesday, and I sat down right in front of the camera and I wanted to record it. Since then, I have gotten news from my dermatologist that the spot was benign. So thank goodness, but it has kind of rekindled that fire and that concern to take care of my skin, take care of the skin of my family, and make sure that we are covered in appropriate types of SPF for this summer, which is why I went to Ulta today. And if you look at my Ulta receipt, it's big. I spent $152, and that was after I got a 20% off coupon that applied to everything, so it would have been like a lot more. But I picked up a lot of sunscreen. Since summer has just started, I showed you in my previous video what my favorite sunscreens were, and this. So I have 4 bottles of the Sunbum. This is their SPF 70 Broadspectrum water resistant for 80 minutes. And this is also their premium moisturizing sunscreen lotion. I got this because this is what I put on my kids when we send them outside going to the pool. And since you're supposed to put on 1 ounce, it's time to make sure that I put the appropriate amount of sunscreen on my kids. So this is going to keep us going for about 4 weeks, which maybe is like half of the summer, and then we'll need to get some more. But these, by the way, were buy one, get one 50% off. So basically, each one of these was 25% off, and I was like, okay, let's do that. Another thing that I picked up, more sun protection that was on sale for buy one, get one 50% off, were these guys from Neutrogena. So I just put them in the unlock with, it's nice because they actually lock and unlock so that you don't have to worry about accidentally spraying. What's great about these is these are SPF 100 plus. They are broad spectrum, and this is their ultra sheer body mist. This is one of those specialty ones that if you're spraying yourself, you can use it upside down. I did mention before that I don't like the sprays, but this is what I'm going to take in my purse for reapplication. I'm really good at reapplying sunscreen here and here. I'm not so good at reapplying it down my arms. I put it on once, I'm like, I'm good. But the truth is, I need to be better about that. And this little guy here kind of really reminded me how important sunscreen is. So more sunscreen. And in my effort to find a great and easy way to reapply sunscreen, I picked this up. This is the Ulta Beauty SPF 50 Broad Spectrum Rose Water Setting Spray. It's a matte finish. You get 3.4 fluid ounces, which in my mind is quite a lot. This was $9.99. This was also their buy one, get one 50% off, but I didn't know whether I was going to like it or not, so I only wanted to get one. I haven't actually seen what it sprays like yet, so let's see. Oh, it's a pretty fine mist. Okay. It smells like sunscreen. Also has a little bit of slight, I know there's a rose scent to this. This is definitely one of those scented face products. You know what though? What I like about it is it's going to be another way for me to get more sunscreen on my face after whatever I have put on initially might have worn off throughout the day. And it's not going to be like a complete great covering, but some is better than none, right? So I'm thinking because there's a little mixing bowl in here, you're probably going to want to have to give it a really good shake. I'll let you know how this works, but this is something that I probably, for fear of getting the inside of my handbag all messed up, I'll put it in a Ziploc bag, keep it in my purse to reapply throughout the day if I happen to be outside. And of course, a fine mist like that means you're not getting a whole lot of protection, but again, the whole sum is better than none. And I mentioned in my previous video when I was talking about this little bad boy here that I was looking for ways to reapply sunscreen. If you have any great ideas, and I'm thinking reapply over makeup. I think that on a day like this when I'm not wearing any makeup, I would just take my regular sunscreen and put another layer over the top. But over makeup, I need something like this. So I'm still looking into and kind of researching ways to do it. This was one of the least expensive setting sprays that there was. It includes an SPF. And it's broad spectrum, it's SPF 50, but again, always use a dedicated sunscreen. Don't rely on your moisturizer or your foundation to give you the amount of protection that you need from the sun. And then things like this will help with later in the day. All right, so the rest of what I got, super easy. I don't know where my good tweezers are anymore. I have 2 pairs right now that I've been using that are like missing hairs. I'm grabbing and grabbing. I'm like, no. So I got a brand new pair of Tweezerman. These are the rose gold ones. $23. Best tweezers I've had before, and I lost my other ones. So yeah, that was on me. I'm looking for a good natural deodorant. I've heard really good things about this. This is the Lavanilla Healthy Deodorant. This is their pure vanilla scent. It has a light vanilla scent. It also has a slightly herbally scent to it. And so this is not an antiperspirant. This is just a deodorant. So I'm still going to be moist and wet under the arms, but I'm trying to move away from products that have heavy metals like aluminum and other things in them that aren't really good for your body. And now that my girls are getting a little bit older, I want to start testing a few of these, finding ones that work the best so that we can all be using them. So I'm trying some new ones. If you have a favorite or one that you particularly like, please let me know. I have not been doing my nails because I'm out of a good base coat. This is the Essie Here to Stay base coat. I've had one of these before. I went through the whole thing. I really like this. I use this, and is it the rubber base coat from Orly? It's kind of orange, and it's kind of like a... Anyway, it leaves your fingers feeling like there's a tacky, rubbery layer on top that your polish adheres to. I'm almost out of that one, but I was to the point where I was like, if I'm gonna paint my nails, I need a base coat. So I picked that up. I don't normally get disposable. These are for my not quite teenage daughter yet. We're spending time at the pool, and we definitely want to make sure that all the parts that need to be hairless are hairless. But we're still trying to figure out what type of razor she likes the best. And once we do that, we'll commit to one that just has, you know, reusable blades that we'll just put on, and we'll, you know, actually, I hate the fact that there's this much waste. Like the packaging is plastic, each of these, but I want to make sure she knows what she likes and what works best for her, because it took me a while. I don't know if you remember when you were looking for a razor. I don't just go and get a different one every time. I get one that I know that I like, and then I just buy the cartridges. And my husband, he uses a safety razor, like one of those 1950, 1960 safety razors that has an actual double-sided razor blade. He's all about minimizing waste, and he's made me much more aware of that. So I try and be better. I normally don't buy like disposables, but once she decides what she wants, we'll get off that disposable route. All right, I have 2 things left. One is I got one of these lip balms. This is the mango flavor. It's SPF 30. This is for one of my girls. My other daughter, she apparently already took hers. Hers was like, this is the watermelon one. But again, sun care. That is really something that is kind of front of mind, and I want to make sure that not just me, but everyone that I love is fully protected, which is why I'm sharing my basically sunscreen haul with you. The last thing that I picked up was actually makeup, and it's this. It's from Buxom. It's their Serial Kisser Plumping Lip Stain. I got the shade Puckerup Dolly. It's interesting. I was like, oh, that's a lot of color. Let's put some on. So it does have a little glossy look to it. It's not like the glossiest of glossies, but I think what I like about this is when I was in store and I was swatching this, and I swatched every single color they had, I had actual stains on the backs of my hand after having wiped off all of the swatches. So this shade, this is Puckerup Dolly, kind of walks that line between being like a wine tone but still neutrally. They had some peachy coral shades, they had a bright red, they had some that were more wine and deeper than this. This one really walked that, you know, almost neutrally, and I like it. One thing I don't like is the smell. Is that when you put it on, it's right under your nose. It dissipates, but it smells chemically. So this Serial Kisser from Buxom does still have that normal plumping feel that you would get from all of those Buxom products. It's not as much minty, but I do feel a little slight tingle to my lips. I don't know how plumping these are Like, is there a visible plumpness to them that they make your lips look juicier and fuller? I think that the gloss is good. I think the fact that it ends up leaving your lips stained, and I had this on before, and this does really look like this color. Very hydrating. The one thing I will tell you is it's tacky. It's definitely that sticky gloss feeling, and if that's not something you like, you probably wouldn't like this. I do like that the applicator, here you can see that there's a lot of product on the tip. There's like a little indentation at the end of this doe foot applicator. So if you look at it, right there in the middle, you'll see that there's like a little donut hole. And that hole is kind of what helps to pick up the product and then apply it. I feel like this is not going to give you as much juicy, plumping, glossy lips that you would get from a traditional gloss, but this is nice because it walks the line between being glossy and leaving a stain. I did get a little bit on my tongue. I over-applied. I always over-apply lip products, and I was like, ooh, I don't like the way this tastes. It's not my favorite. It's not an edible thing, so you'll probably be better about not putting it on like the inside of your mouth than I was. But I got a little bit on my tongue. I didn't like the way it tastes. It's not my favorite thing. It doesn't have like a sweet or a fruity scent to it. I don't see that there's any scent to this at all, other than a slightly chemically lip scent. It's not my favorite scent, but I want to see how the product itself wears. And I'm hoping that with a stain like this, that it's going to wear down evenly and I'm not going to be left with that ring around the outside of my lips. That's my least favorite look ever. So I'm very glad to have this, and I definitely want to try it out. If I don't like it, I'll let you know, and it'll probably go back to Ulta. I forgot one more thing. I did pick up a new diffuser. It came in this box. I already used it today to dry my hair. But the reason I got a new one is because this one here is the one that came with my hair dryer. And it's missing one of these little finger things, like here, 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 and here. And another one of these is about to like fall off right now. I was like, I need a new one, and I've had the hair dryer for a long time. What's sad about this is that it has kind of like a proprietary attachment to my Conair hair dryer, and so even though this is a Conair diffuser, it only goes on one that has like the slim tube. The end of the current hair dryer that I have is not like that slim, like old-fashioned nozzle. It's a little bit thicker in the barrel, and then it has notches where this actually clicks on. So I just swapped it out for another hair dryer that I have that is like that narrow tube. You just stuff it in here, and it worked really well to diffuse my hair today. Quite happy with it. But I was getting sad. This one really, I've had it for a long time, and I'm sad I couldn't just go and get another one of these. I know that after a while, getting your hair dryer in and out of here, these little guys are gonna break off. I'm gonna need a new one. But this is better than this. That's what I got at Ulta today. Basically, this was for me to show you sunscreen, more sun protection, and then stuff for reapplication throughout the day, because I definitely want to take care of my skin, and I always forget. I think of, organs on our body, and I forget that our skin is the largest organ we have. I always think of my internal organs. And yes, those are important too, but this one really it's like the first barrier of defense against infection and germs and other things. So I want to take as good care of my skin as I can, and I want to encourage you to do the same. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.